Hi, Babaji. Thank you for meeting with me today. I'm Timmy, and I was reading your article, Question the Question. I have a question about something you wrote in it. I wanted to ask you before next class, if that's okay? You said, and I'm just going to read this part. Sometimes the questions being asked by students are irrelevant, not formulated clearly, or trivial. Such questions benefit neither the questioner nor anyone else. They are a waste of time and oftentimes annoying. End quote. You also said that you submit this article primarily as an appeal to your students to be judicious in asking questions. So, I guess I'm wondering, how are we supposed to know before we ask if our question is one of those ones that's irrelevant or annoying? Because, sometimes I think my question makes sense, but then after I ask it, then you ask me, what is my question? You ask me, what am I trying to say? And then I feel confused how you can't understand what I'm trying to say. And also, what if the question is a little unclear, but I'm trying my best to understand something? Does that still count as wasting people's time? It seems so harsh to describe it like that. I really don't want my questions to be the kind you described as, and I will quote you here, quote, unwanted questions and a disturbance to the subject being taught as well as to the students. That would feel really bad for me, and I'm afraid I may isolate myself if you hurt me like that by telling me that my questions are a disturbance. But I don't think my questions are unwanted, and certainly not a disturbance to the subject being taught. I mean, actually, I am very smart. I have been an honors student in all of my past classes before yours. My teachers loved my questions because I am so intelligent and pick up on the concepts very quickly. You are the first person ever who has made me feel like I'm being unclear and made me doubt myself. In your article, Question the Question, where you listed 12 types of questions, I think my questions generally for the most part fit into category 2, Svahita Prashna, a question for one's own good. You said that such a question is primarily for the good of the questioner, as it is related to his personal life. Others may also benefit from its reply. When I introspect on all the questions I have asked you, and I do usually try to ask at least one question per class, I can see how many of my questions fall into this category in that they are personal questions for my own good. I like to ask questions by sharing stories with you about how I see other people and their rubbish, as well as about other spiritual organizations and their nonsense. I am asking these questions because I am looking for your answer to help me feel that I'm right in my criticism of them. And quite honestly, I have to admit that I do like it when you look at me and listen to me because it makes me feel better about myself. But I digress. So, I'm thinking that means my questions are okay, because you said that the first 4 categories of questions are desirable types of questions and one can see their example in Shastra. I feel very happy that my question is in category 2, which is one of the first 4 categories. Thank God, because you also said that the remaining 8 categories of questions are unwanted questions and a disturbance. Thanks, Babaji, for the great article. I feel silly for doubting myself about the quality of my questions. So I guess I don't have any question for you about my questions. I will make sure to ask more questions going forward since they are in the category of the desirable types of questions.